inside you, I know there is a place inside you that knows there's something wrong with you. Isn't that true? There's something wrong with you. And you know why you have that knowing? Is because you are taught that. It's not true. You're just successful at knowing how to screw up things. And you know, it's like somebody said, well, I'm a failure. I fail at everything. I always screw up things everywhere I go. I said, well, at least you're successful at it. I mean, seriously, if you do it every time, that's a success. And you know why you're successful at it? Because you're the black sheep. Someone said, you'll never amount to anything, and you act like your daddy, and he was a loser too. So you love him so much, you start following the same footsteps. Is that common? Every time. Now, why do you do that? Well, the reason is you have memories inside your head. So here it is. You come to this seminar. You got this really novel idea. You go, you know, life could be better for me. Consciously, life could be better. You know that logically, right? Now, there's a part of you logically that you're using your brain right now, and you say, I should be healthier. I should have more money. I should have more love. My life should be better. Is that a good idea? Do you believe that you can have that? It's like the people who want to lose weight. I want to weigh 125 pounds. I'm 240 pounds. All right? Consciously, she says, I want to weigh 125 pounds. Why can't she not lose weight? And you know why? Inside of her, inside of you, memories. Memory says food equals love. Memory says if you don't eat, you'll get beaten. Memory says you can't waste food. Memory says food equals mama. Food equals love. If I lose weight, they will want to have sex with me. They want to use me. They want to take advantage of me. So here it is. Your unconscious says, fuck that. You don't ever weigh 125 pounds. Consciously you go, I want to weigh 125 pounds. And you go and you do all the right things. And of course, unfortunately, those systems out there, they say, dieting is how you do it. Diet. No, better yet, work a lot at the gym. There's a lot of people who are skinny and don't ever go to the gym. What's the difference? Programming. Change the program, you change your behavior. So here it is. You got this idea that you want to have something better, and you start trying to do something better, and you know what's going to happen then? Consciously, you don't know about this system. You go, the saboteur is fucking up all my good efforts. Or better yet, the ego. The ego. That's what it is. So here it is. You want this, and then all of a sudden the saboteur kicks in. The question is, this system, your unconscious mind, which does everything for you, is it trying to sabotage you? No. It's trying to keep you safe. According to what? Your childhood, everything you hold. And here's the weirdest thing about it. Your pain, your hurt, your fears, your phobias, what you don't have, is just like Marie. I remember seeing Marie the very first time. You know, I rented a church. I rented their facility on Tuesday nights. And I went to visit, and I saw Marie. Now, Marie is a big woman. She's kind of heavy set. She has a fake wig on, black wig, and she had a little walker next to her. She had these eyelashes, look like ski slopes. Heavy makeup, bright red lipstick, and beads of sweat. That's the first time I saw Marie. Well, I started doing seminars every Tuesday evening, 2 hours seminars. She started coming. And next thing you know, I hadn't seen her. And she calls me up on the phone. She says, Robert, I need your help. You know, I tried to come to the seminars, and I can't. I'm in a parking lot. I feel like I'm going to die. My heart's pounding through my chest. I feel like I'm going to die. I can't go. So I booked her a session. Well, let me help you, Marie. So I booked her a session, and come to session time, she wasn't there. She didn't show up. She calls out, I'm so sorry, I'm having those things again. I can't do it. I said, well, all right, Marie, let's book you another one. So I book her another one. And she didn't show. She calls me and said, Robert, I can't. I'm trying. I said, Marie, I understand, but listen, you know, I have people on a waiting list. You know, I don't mind the nap that you're not here, but I have a waiting list. I'll make one more appointment. Have somebody bring you. she comes to see me. And of course, I come from the Bible Belt. I come from, churches. If you hadn't been to Oklahoma, it's a spiritual mecca. If you don't know that, it's our secret. Oklahoma means red man. The dirt is red. There's a lot of native Indians are there, and when your plane hits the ground, you can actually feel the vibration of the healing network that's inside that system. And of course, when you step out of the plane, out of the airport, the skies are big. And of course, there's 9 vortexes in Oklahoma, 2 of them in my backyard. I'm making all that stuff up, most of it. All right, so here it is. I said, Marie, I do an intake, an art to change intake, and I started getting a list. And now, I from church, and then I started being introduced to the metaphysical world. Now, if you don't know what the metaphysical world, these are the church rejects. They don't have Satan anymore, they've got the ego. And then, of course, because I'm curious. I want to know how everything works. I'm curious. And so I go and they, rocks and crystals and all that stuff. And I look at all that stuff and I say, why does all this work? What works and what doesn't work? Why doesn't it work? So what works? So anyway, so she said something I thought was interesting. She said, I'm a light giver. I go, what does that mean? Because you never know, really. She goes, well, when I go to someone's house and they have an ugly lamp, or a lamp without a shade on it, I'd buy them a lamp and a shade. I said, oh, okay, that's okay. That's why I was going to get into some weird stuff. And then later on she goes, I feel like I'm allergic to fluorescent lights. I go, really? That's interesting. And I wrote it down, allergic to fluorescent lights. And then I'd write some other things down, like she was trampled in a theater, and she was raped, and she was beaten, she was abused. I did all this stuff. And we worked, and we cleaned up some memories. And then she came back the second time. And the second time, of course, if you walk in my old office, I don't have this office anymore. You walk in, there's a green couch, and there's a green chair, a lamp, a table, and a lamp, and over here's my desk. And I'm sitting over here, and above my desk is I have a lamp. And she's sitting there on the couch. She goes, that lamp is really bothering me. And see, there's something that I have discovered. In order to help people change and heal their lives and transform their lives, if you go to where it bothers them and you change it, it's changed. Did you hear that one? I'm going to share it one more time, but really slower. If you go where you don't want to go, if you go where the problem really is, the bad memories, the bad problems, where you're scared, if you go there and change it, you're free. And so since I'm so smart, I pat myself on the back because I do have low self-esteem. So anyway, she said, I have a fear. She said that light bothers me. And so what I did is I just wanted to make sure she wasn't lying. So I just kind of tilted the light just like this. 0 to 10. I went to the lamp next to her and I took the shade off. I said, how bad does it bother you? 0 to 10. First it was a 7, got it to a 10. I said, close your eyes. Go feel this for the last time. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt. And if anything shows up in your mind, a memory or reference, let me know. And I started tapping on this. All of a sudden she goes, oh, I got something. I said, what is it? She goes, I'm in bed asleep. I'm about 7 years old. And my mother comes in, grabs me by the hair, and drags me out of the bed. And as I'm going down the hallway, I'm seeing the light in the hallway. And when I'm in the bathroom and she's beating with a hairbrush, I'm looking at the light. I tap and clean it. And say, oh, I got another one. I said, what is it? I would pee in the bed for years. They wouldn't let me have water, but they let me go pee. And when I'd sneak, I'd see the light above the faucet. I tap and clean and say, oh, wait, I got another one. What is it? She goes, my uncle was doing bad things to my body, and as he's doing it to my body, I'm looking at the light. So the question I have for you, really, were panic attacks bad? Were panic attacks good? What were the panic attacks trying to do for her? To keep her safe. Do you see it? These panic attacks is your unconscious programs trying to keep you safe based on unpleasantries. Do you see it? Now, here's the problem. As I started changing this, and I got a phone call weeks later, I have an unhappy husband. Marie isn't coming home at night. She's spending her time shopping now. Because she couldn't before, because of her fluorescent light fear. Now, is that not most bizarre thing? When I discovered that panic attacks are successful outcomes, your fears and phobias is the underlying driver is security, safety, and love. Because see, when you have a problem, you have an illness, and you hate the problem. You hate the problem. You hate the problem. You're feeding it. And if you imagine being sick, and everywhere you go, you hope you don't get sick, and you play your sickness over and over and over again, and no wonder why it doesn't get better. It gets worse. Does it make sense now?